Okay, hello, my name is David Nava, and today I'm going to be talking about heat waves. Some objectives that we are going to be covering today are the definition of a heat wave, what causes it, some facts about it, where they can occur, heat advisory, environmental consequences, some dangers to the human body, and what we can do when we are affected by a heat wave. So, definition of a heat wave is a natural disaster that consists of a prolonged period of abnormally hot weather. Temperatures usually consisting of 90 degrees Fahrenheit or 32.23 degrees Celsius or higher. Heat wave combined High heat combined with increased humidity causes what we call a heat wave. Humidity usually makes the atmosphere feel hotter than it really is. Some causes of a heat wave. So there is increase in atmospheric pressure that builds up high in the sky, pressing down on the heat close to the surface of the earth. This traps heat and humidity and prevents clouds from forming to help decrease temperatures, which also means that it prevents rainfall from happening. This can last from a couple of days to a couple of weeks. Some facts about heat waves are that it can cause droughts and wildfires, but not earthquakes. There is this common misconception that heat waves cause earthquakes, but that is in fact not true. Global warming can cause an increase in heat waves, but not the other way around. Heat waves occur in summer months depending on where summer is occurring on Earth. And heat does not cause power outages. Increased use of AC units and other electrical appliances to keep yourself cooler during the summer months causes outages. Where do heat waves occur? So, contrary to popular belief, heat waves do not occur in hot locations. Heat waves can take place anywhere where the atmospheric pressure is just right for the heat wave to occur. There was this incident where in Chicago there was a heat wave, which is usually a more cooler city located on the northern part of the United States, but they indeed got a heat wave. Heat advisory. A heat advisory is a national notification usually displayed through media such as newspaper, television, internet, and etc. that inform of a possible heat wave hitting certain areas. A variety of colors are used to notify such levels of intensity. Each color signifies a different intensity. So we'll start with a yellow, which means excessive heat. This is issued when there's potential for excessive heat in the next week. So it also gives you a time period, depending obviously on the color as well. Orange heat advisory is issued when within 12 hours of when maximum heat index temperature could exceed over 100 degrees Fahrenheit or higher for at least 2 days, and nighttime air does not drop below 75 degrees. So it's pretty warm. Red signifies heat watches and it is issued when conditions are favorable for excessive heat in the next 24 to 72 hours. So it's just getting more dangerous and more dangerous. And the dark red is excessive heat warning. It is issued within 12 hours of the onset of extremely dangerous heat condition within maximum heat index temperatures is expected to be over 105 degrees Fahrenheit or higher for at least 2 days, and nighttime air does not drop below 75. So it's constantly hot. And of course, like we mentioned earlier, humidity does tend to make things feel a little bit warmer. Some environmental consequences of a heat wave are that it can cause vegetation to dry up and possibly die off quicker due to lack of water, secondary to the atmosphere preventing rainfall, as we discussed earlier. It can also have an impact on the ecosystem by moving animals, pretty much kicking them out because of the heat out of certain areas, and even causing them to die due to droughts. Some dangers to the human body. So, with an increase of humidity, civilized areas impacted by a heat wave are affected by preventing humans to sweat properly, making the temperature feel hotter. As we discussed earlier, the humidity actually prevents you to properly sweat and keep your body cooler, unfortunately. So, this effect can cause the following: dehydration, heat exhaustion, and heat stroke. And now we're going to go on to discuss what they are, or some symptoms, sorry. So, dehydration, the symptoms consist of feeling faint, thirsty, and dizziness. Some solutions after feeling those symptoms: you can drink water and drink electrolytes such as Gatorades, Powerades, stuff of that sort. Heat exhaustion, some symptoms of that are nausea, dizziness, breathing rapidly, muscle cramps, excessive sweating. Some solutions when feeling those symptoms, you can find a cooler area and, of course, drink plenty of water. And a heat stroke is are the symptoms consist of increased body temperature, headache, nausea, fainting, and a rapid pulse. So by this, you already need medical assistance, unfortunately, because I think it's already by that time affecting other things internally. Some things that we can do after or during heat wave, sorry, we can find cooler areas, and if there is a power outage for some reason, and your AC is not working, you can find locations that might have functioning AC units, maybe like a corner store or a grocery store, something of that sort that can just maintain cool air. Cold showers, of course. During the summer, if I'm going to be outside, I like to put a rag or dip a rag into cool water and wrap it around my head. That too can help lower body temperature. And of course, stay hydrated. And that concludes my presentation on heat waves. Here are the references that I use for my presentation, and thank you very much.